Well, outside we have done a lot already. Let's add, I think let's add a goal. So the easiest way of adding a goal without using the script is you do assets and you write goal. And then you choose the goal common square destroy spawner, which like just double click it and it will create a map within that goal that you just double clicked. And what this does is that every spawn point, like every building symbol that you see that is a spawn point, needs to be destroyed, and then the player wins automatically. So that's actually quite accessible. Another thing is like heroes are not spawning yet, like they are leveling up, but they are not spawning. The easiest way to make heroes spawn, which is very accessible to every new player, is use script. You just write script, and then under sandbox scripts, don't use the hero level manager. We set that within the script. Please never use this if you did it in the script already. The skirmish hero level manager is actually an easier way instead of what we did in the beginning, like I think it was the first video that I did it. I don't recommend that because then everyone is playing on the same difficulty, which will mean that for a lot of people might be extremely boring, and for other people, or if you put like the hero level very low, it will be for everyone really difficult. So better not use this one and do as I showed you in previous videos. But what you do want to use now, in this case, is this one. It's the hero spawner manager. We double click it. It will be put into our script folder. There we select it. And now it is selected here. We script variable container, we make this larger, like open it up. This means for every 5 minutes, heroes will spawn. Well, 5 minutes is, in my opinion, extremely long. 60 seconds is extremely fast. So between 60 and 300, I even like everything below 100 might be very fast. Depends on your scenario, what you like. I think for an average party, I think around 150 seconds is nice. So let's just say 150 seconds. I have tried the all spawner, it didn't work for me, so I'm only using it like this. Timer, hero spawner, 150 seconds. Well, that would work right now. So every spawn point, every 150 seconds, a group of heroes will randomly spawn at one of these spawn points. You cannot select within this here, you cannot select which spawn point that would be. At least I don't know how to, and I don't use it. If I want to have a specific group spawn at a specific location, I'll have to use the script, which we'll do right now. Like in this instance, I think it's very cool if like besides the random spawners, the random hero spawn groups, this city will additionally spawn forces. First thing we want to do, if there is more cities, we want to make this city unique. We would call it like city 1, and then accessible by script. Save all. Now we can actually see it when we want to select something within the script. If it is not accessible by script, the script can't see it and you can't really interact with it. We're going for scripting. And we create a new script. So we create. We press end or write, and we say city spawner or city spawns units. I like to make my script names just very descriptive. It doesn't look nice or fancy. It's a bit, but yeah. For me, that's how I'd like to do it. Everyone their own way. So I say city spawns heroes. Oh, I could call it like that. 0 instances, so let's add it to the scene. Because we want to keep the city from that the city keeps spawning, we have to play instead of disable, we say it to nothing so that it keeps happening. As a trigger, we want a periodic trigger, and we can either we are nice and we are like, well, let's in the world and then the name of your map, minus name map. We can or make a spawn timer for each difficulty, or we can say, well, screw that, I already did the hero level time for each difficulty, that should be enough. Everyone is just gonna have to deal with it the same X amount of seconds. In that case, you would just type in here 300 and every difficulty will just have to have 300. I'm gonna show you like, well, that doesn't really matter, you can also keep it on 300. I'm gonna show you how to make it adjust to the difficulty that someone selects. So we go to world name map, and I have to check like okay, time spawner manager. Okay. This step that I'm making now might not be necessary, but I have seen someone else, like I also have to have learned it from someplace, and they did it like this time, and so I have kept doing it because it does work. Spawner manager in it, and there we put the the thing that we would set for people playing easy. So let's say easy would only have to deal with that every 10 minutes, so that is like 600 seconds. Timer spawner manager easy, it's the same. Timer spawner manager normal. Oh, let's say normal does it on 300 seconds. Timer spawner manager nothing, because it will be for difficult. Difficult will do it. Oh no, you know what? Let's make this bigger. Let's say 400 seconds, and then difficult does it 350 seconds. And then timer spawner manager ultra. Hello. Ultra. 300 seconds. Always check a bit if you didn't do a typo, because in this situation a typo is a huge problem. Then it just won't work. So timer spawner manager init. That is done. Then we go back. City spawns heroes. We select the trigger that we already had, and we choose the circle. And we choose, again, what we did with the hero level timer, you choose the one without the capital letters. So in this case, also not init of course, we choose timer spawner manager. It says 350, that's because we had it set 350, but don't worry, if someone would play it on normal, for that person it will be 400, and someone choosing extreme it will be 300. We want to set a condition because we don't want it to spawn heroes if the city would be destroyed. So we say compare entity alive state, and we choose the city here, place, spawners, name map, spawner city. Yours is like not name map, but the name of the map that you had. We select it, and what this does is that if your city is destroyed, or at least that city is destroyed, it will not do it anymore, because it will every iteration of these seconds it will always check the condition first before passing on the action. That's why I think it's really nice that they did the order like this. First it triggers, then it checks the condition. Is the condition okay? Then it goes towards the action, and the action being that we want them to spawn a combat team. So we say we write combat. We click on this, and we're gonna make it spawn something. Here on the tags, we click it, then we choose from this one Don't add more than one tag. I never did it, so I don't suggest it. And we can choose whatever we want here. So there's a lot of options. For instance, I think shadowlings are dogs, these evil dogs. But we just want heroes, so we could choose heroes. Don't be fooled with melee and ranged. If you choose melee, it will not just be hero melee units, but it will also be dungeon melee units mixed with hero melee units, so that is a bit tricky. But heroes, dwarves, humans, elves versus mixed, I'm not sure what it gives. You can of course test it. Creeps, I have not tested it, so a lot of things I didn't test, but what is absolutely safe to do is heroes, dwarves, humans, elves. And if you want Western dwarves to be within the mix, you can choose Heroes West, Dwarves West. Dwarves West is just Western dwarves combined with normal dwarves. If you would ever wanted to spawn orcs or demons, then you can choose for Nexus creatures, which is like mixed demons and horde monsters against the player, or just Nexus horde demons. You can also go for the dogs. We will just do for heroes. We'll go for. The hero level override, you could choose anything between 1 and 30, like -1 and 35. I don't suggest going for 0. Like in some scenarios that you would create, maybe you want to punish the player for doing a certain action and you want them to face a really strong force, then you could go for 35 here. Don't go for lower than -1. It doesn't really work. It will just not spawn people at all, or not the right way. So better to choose or a fixed number above 0, not higher than 35, or -1. And we want -1. We want it to be 1 level lower than the current hero level. The owner, we choose in this case AI player 5. Which is like the normal opponent that you're facing. Location, we want to pick the city. Spread, I have never touched this, I don't know what it actually does. Hero mission, we can write our own hero missions, which is more for more complicated scenarios. If for instance, if you want to play to have an ally and as an ally move towards a different building that is not yours, not a dungeon heart, then you would have to create your own hero missions, or at least alter existing hero missions by creating derived templates. But if you want to do that, you can just ask me, and if I know the answer, I will gladly share you, maybe even make a video for it if it's necessary. But in this case, you want them just to destroy the heart. So just do hero mission destroy heart, and that's done. Save all, save all. Checking again. Here you can see create team heroes for AI player 5 at spawner, name, map, spawner, city 1. We can choose to keep the player in the dark and not share that they are actually facing additional enemies from the city. Or we could be nice and we could set a goal, like for instance, like if you destroy the city, no additional heroes will be spawned because he is facing that, and you will gain some evilness. So let's do that. We're going to create a goal, and how you create a goal is you select any object, doesn't matter which one, as long as it has a template. So just to keep it easy for yourself, let's just select well, one of the spawn points that you did, doesn't really matter, and go to template. There on this text, you do the right mouse button and you do create new. There you enter first the name of your map, name map, lowercase, and then you describe the goal. At least that's how I do it. So I would describe it as destroy city, and then I enter goal, so that I can easier understand that it is for this map that it has to be set in. Okay. Then, and I've created the template. I click on this circle and I write mission goal. And I select this one. This adds the mission goal here within the template. I click that. Then I click on localization. I add an entry. I start with, again, my map name so that I can easily find stuff. Name map in my case. Then I describe it, well, as I described it just now, destroy city. I don't add the goal, don't need to. I add top to it, because this is what I want the player to see as the top of the hero mission. Now I can write however I want here in the wording section. I can say like destroy the city, I don't know. We are adding another entry, name, map, destroy city, title. This is what the player would be seeing under it, under the head. So it would say this city is sending extra troops. And now we can make a description for if the player chooses to hold the mouse button on it. Description. You say take out this city in order to stop it from sending extra troops to destroy your dungeon. Right. Save all, save all. Very important to do save all before you are trying to edit, because if you don't save the entries that you made with save all, you will not be able to find them. Now, we still have this open. At the top goal, we write a circle, then we write our map name, map, and we choose the top, because it's the top goal. Let's do the same for the other things. Name map, the title for the title, and name map description for the description. And if you make this larger, you can actually see what you take out, the city, etc, etc. As target entity, we choose, of course, the city. This what this means is if someone would click on the title, the camera would like go towards the city, which helps them understand which city they need to destroy. So we just choose target entity spawn as city 1 because we made it accessible to the script, and we want to reward the player with some evilness. Maybe let's say that we think like, well, you'll get 1000 evilness if you take it out. I never use this, so I have no idea. Goal type, we say it's a side quest, but you could also say it's an evil deed, doesn't really matter, but it's not a main quest in my opinion, because, or maybe you think it is like that, it's really personal. I prefer to only use the main quest for if it is something that the player needs to do in order to really win the map directly, so that you are like that you have won the map. So I say side quest, I do save all, save all. Because I created the template, I have to restart it first before I can add it to anything. Restart. Nice. Now we're going to our and within the assets we type our map name, and there we see it, name map destroy city goal. We double click it, and now it's added to the goals. We're not there yet, because like this is something that I really had to discover for myself. Like, why can't I see it? It's because we haven't activated it within the script. So it is added, but it is not activated, and we have to activate it by going to script. We go to the cleanup. This is why the cleanup is so nice. We can just go to actions right away, because it is the intro that enables the cleanup. Otherwise, if you wanted to have it enabled, you would have go for triggers, 0 seconds, etc, etc. I prefer to use intro and cleanup, as I showed you in the first video, I think it was. So we go to actions, we type in mission, and we do change mission goal state. There we select our mission, this was this one, and we say the new state, it is not hidden, it is active. So when the player starts the match, the goal will be active right away. That's one step, but we also want the player like to be able to complete the objective so that he gets his evilness. So we create another script, and you press right or end, and we say city destroyed, for example. We add it to the current scene. And now we say that if the building is destroyed, so we died, a unit died, we choose the city, and there's it, place spawners name map spawner city 1. If this one died for the first time, it's safer to do first time because we want to be sure that it cannot be enabled again. For instance, if you have a rebuilder that rebuilds the city, and maybe you do want that they can keep doing that, but it's a bit complicated, so let's just not rebuild the spawner city 1 as well. So first time died, and then we do mission, chase mission goal state from the destroy city goal is completed. Imagine that you want actually that the player wins if the city is taken out, because maybe you're thinking like, well, I don't want to drag it out too much for the player. I want them to win when they have accomplished this goal. Just add in the actions, write game over, or just game. You choose game over, player wins the game. Do you want them to lose for some reason? You just choose lose. If you want to have like a very specific scenario. I don't want the player to win if they destroy the city, because I also want to like having them work a bit more for it. So let's remove that. Let's restart and test. So let's spawn some super orcs close to the city. We go for cheats, super orc, play. Now here's our mission. Destroy the city, that is fine, like 1000 evilness, this city sending troops. This is the description that you see when I hold my mouse button on it. So let's see if they give us the extra amount. We won't be able to fit 1000, but if it is already more than I think 100 or 200, I don't know what cities normally give. Notice that I can't pass through this because we made it like we made it yellow. See, the mission disappears. The extra evilness is given, otherwise we would have been able to pick it up. I can move it away and then still check if it is indeed. See, so that works, 1000 evilness extra.